Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you're doing well. So I welcome you again to your SST class, and today we'll do chapter number 8 from your SST book, and the name of the chapter is Environmental Pollution. Environmental pollution, which is also known as pollution, is a key issue that has been affecting our earth. Although it's an issue that has been prevalent since ancient times, in the 21st century its harmful effects have been felt on a large scale. And through this chapter, you will get to know about the meaning of the word pollution and different kinds of pollution. You will also learn about what causes different kinds of pollution, their effects, and their prevention. Basically, through this chapter, you will learn about 5 major kinds of pollution, that is air pollution, water pollution, land or soil pollution, noise pollution, and light pollution. I'll explain this chapter in 2 parts. This is the part 1 of this chapter, in which I'll explain air pollution and water pollution. And in part 2, you will learn about land or soil pollution, noise pollution, and light pollution. So stay tuned for part 2 of this chapter. So let's get started and let's learn about air pollution and water pollution. So before doing the types of pollution, we all must know the meaning of the term pollution. Pollution is basically the mixing of undesirable contaminants in air, water, land, or soil. Undesirable means not wanted or desirable because of being harmful, objectionable, or unpleasant. And contaminants means basically polluting or poisonous substance that makes something impure. So pollution is basically the addition of harmful substances or poisonous substances in air, water, land, or soil. And these harmful or poisonous substances are known as pollutants. So first of all, let's begin with air pollution. Air pollution is basically the mixing of harmful gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide along with the dust particles in air. Air pollution can be caused due to both natural and man-made factors. And some of the natural factors causing air pollution are sandstorms, forest fires, and eruption of volcanoes. Actually, sandstorms carry lots of dust particles along with it, which gets mixed with air and causes air pollution. If we talk about forest fires, they release pollutants into the air in the same way as fireplaces burning wood produce pollution. Alright, actually they produce fine smoke particles which are small enough to be able to get into the lungs and damage the lungs and the heart. Now, the eruption of volcanoes is also one of the major causes of air pollution. Actually, sometimes people think of air pollution as entirely man-made. In fact, natural processes release lots of substances into the air that are classified as pollution. Now, if we talk about some of the major man-made factors which are responsible for causing air pollution, they are burning of fuels in factories and vehicles, burning of garbage, and agricultural activities. Actually, manufacturing industries release a large amount of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, organic compounds, and chemicals into the air, and therefore depleting the quality of air. And apart from burning of fuels in factory as a major cause of air pollution, we can't deny the fact that vehicle pollution is also the major contributor to air pollution, especially in urban cities. And do you know that when the car burns gasoline, it emits pollutants in the air which is as harmful as smoking 10 cigarettes a day? Our vehicles emit carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, nitrogen oxide, and particulate matter. And when the vehicle pollution is high in the atmosphere, it creates a hole in the ozone layer, contributing to smog and causing various health issues. Now, the next major man-made factor responsible for air pollution is burning of garbage. Actually, open burning of garbage is much more harmful to our health and the environment than one may think of. And exposure to open burning of garbage waste can pose serious health risks, including cancer, liver issues, impairment of immune system, reproductive functions, can also affect the developing nervous system. Now, if we talk about agricultural activities as one of the major causes of air pollution, then they actually have had a serious impact on the decreasing air quality. And to begin with, pesticides and fertilizers are the main source to contaminate the surrounding air. And once the pesticides are sprayed, the smell and the effects of the pesticides are left in the air. Actually, some mix with water and some goes deep into the ground, which not only destroys the crops but also causes a number of health related issues. So these were just some of the major causes of air pollution. There are a number of other causes of air pollution. All right. So now let's discuss about the effects of air pollution. So as we discussed earlier also that air pollution results in number of diseases, breathing problems and lung damage. And air pollution also results in global warming, acid rain and depletion of ozone layer. Okay, do you know the meaning of the term global warming? Actually, global warming is increase in the temperature of the earth. And this increased temperature worldwide leads to an increase in sea levels and melting of ice from colder regions and icebergs, which is posing a great threat to our lives. Now, if we talk about acid rain, it contains large amounts of harmful chemicals as a result of burning substances like coal and fuel. And acid rain can cause great damage not only to humans but also to animals and crops. And we already discussed about the depletion of ozone layer, and it is also due to the burning of harmful chemicals, gases and fuels, which leads to the hole in ozone layer, and gradually our ozone layer is depleting. And the third major effect of air pollution is that it is affecting plants and animals also. So these were some of the causes and effects of air pollution. Now let's discuss how to prevent air pollution. So the first way to prevent air pollution is use of public mode of transportation. We should encourage each other to use public mode of transportation, and we should also use carpooling. Now, the next way to prevent air pollution is better household practices, which include discarding fireplaces or wooden stoves used for heating homes. And along with this, we should also avoid setting fire to garbage, dry leaves, or other materials, and lighting bonfires in the open. The next way to prevent air pollution is conserving energy, and this can be done by switching off fans and lights when we are going out. Actually, a large number of fossil fuels are burned to produce electricity, and we can save the environment from degradation by reducing the number of fossil fuels to be burned. The next way to prevent air pollution is emphasis on clean energy resources. Now, clean energy resources are solar, wind, and geothermal. And do you know governments of various countries have been providing grants to consumers who are interested in installing solar panels for their homes? Have you seen solar panels? If you have, do let me know through the comment section below. So this was all about air pollution, and now let's discuss about water pollution. Now, what is water pollution? Actually, when the water sources get contaminated or get dirty, it is called water pollution. We all know that water is essential for survival, not only for human beings, but also for animals, and we are making it dirty day by day. And the problem of water pollution is one of the major concerns in our country. Water pollution is caused due to both natural and man-made factors, and an important natural polluting factor is storm. Storms usually cause mud, soil and other harmful particles to dissolve in water. In this manner, water becomes unfit for consumption. Water pollution is also caused by human activities, and the most common and widely prevalent human activities that cause water pollution are industrial waste, sewage and wastewater, mining activities, chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and accidental oil leakage. If we talk about industrial waste, most of the industries produce large amount of waste containing chemicals and pollutants. And many industries not having proper waste management system drain the waste in the fresh water, which goes into canals, rivers and later into the sea. The second major cause of water pollution is sewage and wastewater. Actually, the sewage and wastewater that is produced in each household are treated chemically and released into the sea along with fresh water. And the sewage water carries pathogens, a typical water pollutant, other harmful bacteria and chemicals that can cause serious health problems and thereby diseases. Now, the next major factor responsible for water pollution is mining activities. Do you know the meaning of mining? Mining is basically the process of crushing the rock and extracting coal and other minerals from the underground. And mining activities emit a large amount of metal waste and sulfides from the rocks, which sometimes get mixed with water and cause water pollution. The next factor responsible for water pollution is chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Actually, they are used by farmers to protect crops from insects and bacteria. They are useful for the plant's growth. However, when these chemicals are mixed up with water, they produce harmful pollutants for plants and animals. Now, the last major cause of water pollution is accidental oil leakage, which is a major threat to marine life. Actually, a ship carrying a large quantity of oil may spill oil if met with an accident. And such an oil spill can cause varying damage to species in the ocean. So these were some of the major causes of water pollution. Now let's discuss the effects of water pollution. So the first effect of water pollution is increase in diseases. Actually, drinking polluted water causes diseases like jaundice, typhoid, and gastroenteritis. Now, gastroenteritis is basically an intestinal infection marked by diarrhea, cramps, nausea, vomiting, and fever. It is also called stomach flu. Water pollution is also affecting our ecosystem. It actually affects not only humans but plants and animals too. Plants and animals that live in or use polluted water become weak and die slowly. The next major effect of water pollution is eutrophication. It is basically the increased level of nutrients in water bodies. And eutrophication results in bloom of algae in the water. It also depletes the amount of oxygen in the water that negatively affects fish and other aquatic animal populations. The next major effect of water pollution is that it is affecting the food chain. Actually, due to the presence of pollutants in water, plants are unable to prepare their food and their growth is affected. So these were some of the effects of water pollution, and now let's discuss prevention of water pollution. So some of the important ways to prevent water pollution are water conservation, better treatment of sewage, plastic waste reduction, and avoid using the toilet as a waste basket. If you really want to contribute towards the prevention of water pollution, then it's important that you must focus on water conservation whenever possible. And there are many ways through which you can conserve water on daily basis. For example, while brushing your teeth, it is always recommended that you must keep the water turned off. Do you turn off the taps while brushing your teeth? If yes, do let me know through the comment section. The next way to prevent water pollution is better treatment of sewage or wastewater. Basically, it is one of the major cause of pollution. So, sewage or wastewater should be treated properly to avoid water pollution. The next way to prevent water pollution is plastic waste reduction. Plastics are commonly washed into the ocean and other water bodies, which only serves to degrade the quality of the water. And to help reduce the amount of plastic waste that gets cycled to the environment, it is always recommended that we must avoid using plastics whenever possible. We should always look out for alternatives for plastic bottles, plastic utensils, and straws. Like we can use paper cups and paper plates instead of plastic cups and plates. The next way to prevent water pollution is avoid using your toilet as a waste basket. Dust clothes, wrappers, and the majority of the tissues that you use should be placed directly into a waste basket as opposed to a toilet. Actually, these items increase the possibility that sewage lines will become blocked up and that the sewage will be difficult to properly clean, therefore leading to water pollution. So this was all about air pollution and water pollution, and I hope you have understood everything, and we'll meet once again in the part 2 of this video, in which we'll discuss about land or soil pollution, noise pollution, and light pollution. So till then, take care, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.